We are broadcasting free and in the clear from the Sebring Terminal Airport, from the terminal at the Sebring Airport in Sebring, Florida, during the U.S. Sport Aviation Expo 2017. Today, our guest is Beverly Glarner. She is Executive Assistant to the Director of the Sebring Airport Authority. Sebring, Beverly, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much.
Beverly, would you like to let us know what it takes to set up a new footprint of Expo?
A lot of work and planning. Tremendous amount. I have never done anything like this before. So therefore, I'm a little green at it, but I think we did pretty well. We changed the footprint because in the past, we've always had it over by our old World War II hangar. And with that, it was really kind of a square, oblong square that we had the show in. And no one ever made it down to our beautiful terminal that we have here. So I decided that everybody needs to come through the front door of the terminal and be able to experience our great lobby here, our galleria, and we've got racing pictures up here and paintings and that kind of thing. So, and we made an expo shop. So I wanted everybody to experience that, and our cafe is here, and then be able to go out onto the back porch, down the stairs onto the ramp. So out on the ramp, it goes north and it goes south, so you can see all types of airplanes either way you go. So it's a little bit more intimate because the apron is a little bit narrower in this spot, where in the old footprint it was much larger. So I think it makes it a little more intimate for the exhibitor to be able to engage the attendee.
Sure. One of the things I noticed as soon as I walked out yesterday is that how easy it is to get to everything now.
Yes, it is it's easy to get everywhere.
Exactly, and you can actually see almost from one end to the other end exactly what's there.
Exactly, because it is a little bit narrower on the apron right in front of our terminal. And as you go south, you keep going around the our historical tower, control tower, and then you go into a whole different area of the show this year is the drone area.
Okay.
So yes, when you're standing on our back porch, you can actually go north and south and see what's going on.
Now, I have notes here. It's called YAZ, Y-A-Z, and I guess it's the Young Aviators Zone. Could
Yes.
you please elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes. The airport is a big supporter of our local EAA chapter. And my vision for that was how to engage high school students that are about to think about going to college or going to be entering college to think about different careers that they could have in aviation and not have to get a pilot's license.
Right.
You know, there's always the little girl that wants to be a nurse. And, you know, I want her to know that you don't have to be a pilot to be able to fly, because right on the airport here, we home Tampa General's medevac.
Okay.
So I wanted to show her that you can go and be a nurse and then you'll be able to fly. There's all kinds of opportunities for kids in education to go into aviation and not have to have their pilot's license. You know, engineering, drafting, all kinds of different things that they can do.
So
that was my goal.
You're working directly with the, are you doing this through schools or?
Well, I contacted our local school board. I started there, and I got in touch with a couple of groups, the ROTC, of course, with the Army and the Navy, And then I went to an AVID group, which is for students that are thinking about going to college and needing some guidance, because they may be from a disadvantaged home or something that never been to college,
Right.
no one. And then the STEM program. So I was being really generous with myself, thinking that if I get 300 students, I'd be really happy. Well, I ended up with over 750.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a
So
lot of students.
that is. And I had to split it up into 3 days. So I was planning only one day, but it's turned out to be a Thursday, Friday, Saturday event. Today we hosted about 240 kids, and I have special speakers that came in to talk to those kids about the different avenues that they could go into, the different careers that they could go into.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, I think my wife and I, we were working out there, walking out on the ramp, and we saw a school bus just pull up to, and a lot of kids were coming. That bus was full, so
Yes,
I
yes.
guess that's what.
That's what you were seeing. Yes, yes, sir. We have like Patty Wagstaff here to talk to the kids. We have LaShonda Holmes.
Yes.
She was the first black female to be a helicopter pilot in the Coast Guard. We have Jamal Larkin was here. He was, I think, only 8 years old when he went around the world in his plane.
Yeah.
And we just have Dream Soar. I don't know, a lot of people know Shasta Wise. She's here with her team and her airplane. So that's the type of people that I had come in to talk to these kids.
Sure, and you never know what is going to do it for a kid. And maybe just something Patty will say, and that will ignite the spark to develop into an aviation career.
Yes.
Like you said, not necessarily being a pilot, but there's a lot of other stuff that you can do, not necessarily flying an airplane.
Exactly.
And I'm a flight instructor, and I've done lots of training for I had a lot of ladies students, and I know the guys don't like when I say this, but the gals, they were smoother. They were actually the quality of pilot was better because I'm telling you, my wife can tell you this. So I always encourage. I do a lot of work with the 99ers.
Yes.
The 99s,
Yes.
99s, and just because of that. And so it's a great thing to do. We have to keep our youth involved.
Absolutely. We need to get this next generation involved in aviation so we can continue it on and grow the show and grow that industry.
Exactly. Now, I know I have a note here about drones. I don't know if you would like to elaborate on that.
Yeah, I can a little bit. This year, this is our second year introducing drones. Last year was a last minute thing, addition to the show. But this year we went all out, and we were in contact with two great volunteers for us, Michael and Rhett, and they put together for us. We are the first sanctioned drone race on an active airport, with our tower being manned by the FAA.
Right.
A mountain of red tape had to be done.
I can imagine.
Yes, to have this happen.
I'm an ex-inspector.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. So you know. So it's really exciting over there. They have a course. Another thing that's very different is that the drones are.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
The drones are actually flying outside the netted area, whereas the participants that are looking to in the show are inside. And that's really different because the drones are in the wide open airspace.
Right, right. Now, let me ask you a question because, I've been coming to these air shows for a few years. Can you give us a little background on the show itself, how this thing got started, the LSA and Expo type thing?
Well, we started out with Bob Wood. He was the person that was behind the idea. He came to Mike Willingham, which is the director of the airport, and Mike has been here many, many years, over 30, I believe, right now. And Mike wanted very much to help Bob to pioneer an expo, a light sport expo. And with him, he brought on two other persons to be committee, if you will. It was Phil Lockwood and Dr. Ron Owen. I believe I got them all. If I missed somebody, sorry. But those four individuals started the U.S. Sport Aviation Expo. It was light sport aviation.
Like that, yeah.
And this is our 13th year. And I believe about when Bob retired, he came to us and said, okay, I've had enough. I need to pass the baton. So the airport picked up the expo.
Okay.
We didn't want it to die. It's a very useful tool for
Of
us
course.
to educate the world and the public about Sebring, to come to Sebring. We have a lot of stuff to offer here. We're a Ford trade zone.
Yep.
So with Expo, when we took it over, we decided to expand it a little bit and just make it Sport Expo, because that would be an array of different types of aircraft that could come. And now, in this future, in this day and age, drones is a sport aviation, so that's going to be a big part of it as well. We will always keep it separate, so they'll have their own area, but we use it as an economic tool,
right,
to draw businesses here to the airport, and we have quite a few. We have Tecnam US here.
Yes, I just interviewed.
Yes, you just interviewed Shannon.
Yeah.
So they're from Italy. We've got Paradise Aircraft, and I just closed a deal with ELA Aviation.
Great.
They've decided to come to the airport and make that their home. They're also going to have a flight school here. So this expo helps Mike and I to be able to get new business into the community, and that way it helps everybody in the community.
Right. As a matter of fact, when you mentioned Phil Lockwood, he, I don't know if he still does, but he had a 141 school.
Yes, he does.
It still does?
Yes,
Okay. I was the POI for that. And I also did the, when they apply for the written test, to do it on the grounds, on the school, in the school. I was the one that was approval testing for it. So I know Phil for a long time. He's great.
Great guy.
Great guy. So much knowledge. I told him today, I said, your name is a household word in the minds of every pilot, because he's so well known around.
Yes, he gets a lot of people coming here to his business.
Oh, yeah, and he's so knowledgeable. I mean, anyway, now, we talked about the past and almost a little bit to the present. So what did you foresee in the coming years as far as the expo goes?
Well, I really want to grow the YAS program.
Okay.
As I said, I think it's important to have youth coming into this. I want to make it more friendly to the exhibitor. With this new footprint, I've cut out a lot of pushing of their aircraft out of their booth space, so they can get onto the Expo taxiway, so they can fire up instead of pushing. So I hope they're enjoying that. But I want to just make it a more enjoyable, intimate relation between the exhibitor and the attendee. And of course, I always get as many people as we can
of
here,
course.
because that's what people come for. We are known for the show that you can fly, try, and buy.
Okay.
So, if you're going over to, say, Sling 4, and you see an aircraft that you want to buy, maybe, and you're looking at it and you want to fly it, they can take it right out of their booth, put it on the taxiway, and off you go.
Exactly.
So I want to make that an easier process for the exhibitor.
Sure. And that's going to be a win-win for everybody.
Yeah,
again.
yeah. The attendees love it because they're actually being able to fly in the aircraft that they may purchase.
Exactly. And then, I've even noticed, I talked to a few people here, there's a lot of people that came from long distances, to...
Oh, yes. We have people from all over the world.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Come here.
Coming...
Europe, China. I've
Yep.
got a lot of China people here this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Venezuela. All over.
Well, do you have anything else you would like to say about the expo?
Well, I really hope that everybody's having a good time and that you're enjoying the footprint. That's our goal, is to make everything more enjoyable. And I really encourage parents that have kids that are looking at college and needing to know what kind of career they can get into, to think out of the box when they think of aviation, that there's so many different things that they can get their kids involved in that doesn't require them getting a pilot's license.
Right. Okay, well, we have come to the end of the show. and I really appreciate you being here.
I appreciate
I learned a few things, and I hope our viewers did too. And one thing for sure, I'm going to be here next year
Good deal. We welcome you.
because I know you're going to be here next year.
I will be.
So maybe we have a chance to talk again.
Yes, sir.
All right. And our viewers out there in cyberspace, this is Diego Alfonso signing off with the Florida Aviation Network.